Up here, and we are with we've got four engines to break in today. First thing we're going to do is the FTX Outrage, which is 1/8 scale nitro buggy, and in this tutorial we're basically going to go over how do you set it up and start it for the very first time. So the engine in here is old engine, but actually we're using a new crankshaft, crankcase, etc. Running outside, so we're just going to do tank 1 of the first start tutorial. First thing you need to do is remove the body shell from your vehicle, okay, and so that now you can access everything ready to start. Next, what you need to do is add in the 8 AA size batteries, I've already done it, into the radio, and the 4 AA size batteries into the receiver. Once done, you can turn on the radio and you need to check that you've got the red and the green lights are showing onto there. If you don't have the red and green lights, then actually what you need to do is replace the batteries and put in some fully charged ones or some new ones. Now turn on the receiver and check that left is left, right is right, and when you accelerate you can move the wheels freely, and when you brake you have a good, decent braking. Okay, if there is any doubt in your mind about what is happening here, then don't use the car, you need to check. Now, next thing you need to do is simply fill the tank. So as you would any time, doesn't make any difference, just because this is the first start, we still need to fill the tank. So fill the tank. I'm using 25% nitro. And fill it, don't overfill it, fill it till you have a little gap at the top, you can see. We filled it so that there is a little bit of a gap. Next thing to do before we go any further is to check that you have thread locked and Loctited these 4 screws. Okay, these are the 4 engine main screws, and these are very important that they are actually thread locked and Loctited so that you do not cause any vibrations for the screws to come loose. If the screws come loose and the engine comes loose whilst you're driving or braking in the engine, then you risk stripping the spur gear. Okay, now we just need to prime the engine. So to do this, we block the exhaust and pull the starter until the fuel comes in. Before we go any further, this is one thing, do not pull the pull start too far. You need to pull it just this way in short bursts. So block the exhaust, and that's it, the engine is primed. Once the fuel has gone in, you can just pull the starter a few more times just to lubricate the engine. Okay, now coming on to the starting. Before we start, you need these things. You need your glow igniter. Okay, I'm using this LiPo igniter, fast track one. Also you need some spare glow plugs. You can see we've got 4 spare glow plugs, a tuning screwdriver and a cross wrench. And this is actually the minimum things that you need before starting your engine. Those are the minimum things you need before starting the engine. Okay, only one final thing to do is check the idle gap is only 1 millimeter open, and then you can go in for the first start. So insert your igniter and pull the starter. Okay, so the engine just quit. Remember, this is the first start of this engine, so it is very normal to have such problems. Just leave the igniter in for a little while so that the engine can warm up.